Good afternoon.
All right, baby.
My name is Jaelyn and I am in 8th grade. I attend the Jenks Academy for the Arts and Sciences, where I receive the best and rigorous education possible. The topic that I have chosen for my speech is Black Lives. Do they matter? Do Black lives matter? Does your life matter? We may look different, but at the end of the day, we are all the same. White, Black, Asian, Indian, French, Italian, or whatever race. We are all equal, and at the end of the day, there is only one race, and that is the human race. Psalms 133 says, "Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity." I believe the significance of this scripture is for God to see everybody together as one in a pleasurable way. I believe that everybody has a reason to be here today. So why would we want to take away a life from anyone? I want to be a criminal law defense attorney. I want to put to use what my Black sisters and brothers did for me to be free today. Every race is important, and everybody has a reason to live. I don't just have a reason. I have a dream. So don't criticize or hate on my dream. Make your own. So what's yours? I want you to ask yourselves, does my life matter? There are so many different people of so many different races that have done something that is beneficial to our lives today. Martin Luther King Jr. stood up for his belief of racial equality. Betty Friedan helped become an inspiration in revolutionary gender roles. Susan B. Anthony was the powerful voice of women's equality under the law. James Madison wrote the Bill of Rights. Abraham Lincoln fought to free the slaves and save the Union. Jackie Robinson wrote The Color Barrier. I could continue on, but these are just a few people that have made a difference in many lives today. The question is, do Black lives matter? That is a question that we must ask ourselves. What if it was your life on the line? Does your life matter? Yes, we are all important. And if Black people are dying just because of senseless violence, we are killing the human race because we are all one. Black power is giving power to people who have not had power to determine their destiny. Huey Newton. I believe the meaning of this quote is African Americans have had a harsh and cruel background. But we've had many African Americans that made a difference in our lives today, like Thurgood Marshall, Frederick Douglass, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr. When I hear those names, I think of African American history. When I think of Black history, I think of Black not only as a color, but also as a spiritual movement. Black is not just Black. Black is beautiful. The question is, do Black lives matter? Yes, they do. I consider myself a crayon. I might not be your favorite color, but one day you're going to need me to complete your picture. Lord Hill, stop the violence, because we all need each other to make a complete picture. In conclusion, I strongly believe that Black lives matter as well as any other race because we complete each other. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Nelson Mandela. These quotes have inspired me to become a stronger person and to stand up for what I believe in. I am Jaelyn Monroe, and I stand here today proudly to say that I do believe that Black lives matter. Thank you for your time.
Let's go, that's crazy.
Thank you for that amazing speech. Next up, we have Jayla McClellan.
Is racism still alive? I'm being asked if the act of racism still exists. Everyone has their own definition to. I'm being asked if the act of racism still takes place today. Everyone has their own definition to this current act called racism, but everyone fails to understand that racism isn't just having a judgment towards black people. The act of racism can go both ways. Both ways as in having a judgment not only towards black people, but this judgment can be used towards white people as well. Racism isn't just hating someone or calling them bad names because of their skin color. Racism can be used in many different ways, but in most situations, they always start off with an individual judging another for not being the same as them. For example, let's speak of prejudice. Prejudice is having a hostile opinion about a person or group of people. Someone who is prejudiced will dislike a person for absolutely no reason. Even though we live in a world full of kind and thoughtful people, there's always going to be someone cruel, spiteful, and prejudiced. Since there's always going to be someone like this in the world we live in today, racism will remain a current act. In my opinion, racism is discriminating, disliking anyone for his or her appearance. There are many reasons behind the fact of me believing that racism is an active action that takes place in many parts of the world. One prime reason why I think racism still occurs sits in the militias of Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown. Both of these individuals were young teenagers who were killed by two white males. These white males who killed these two young teenagers were given freedom and injustice instead of a consequence. If those white men were black men, they would have been sent to prison for life. People who take part in different kinds of games are taking part of racial acts. Even though it may not seem like being in a group with people who have the same similarities as you still take part in racism. Gangs are made with groups of people who like and dislike the same things. When two sets of groups like this come to making decisions, it leads to conflict. Gangs judge other gangs because they don't have many similarities. Although making groups or other things may not seem like you're being racist, it still takes part of the action that you're discriminating others based on their ways of life. This sums up to be the reasons why I believe that racism is still a current act in the